Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Just what is going on with Deontay Wilder? So he's made a number of statements in the past week, some regarding fighters not getting paid after they fight immediately, and others regarding Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, and there's some other comments too. But now he's taken to social media, seemingly wide awake at night, posting a number of somewhat cryptic, somewhat strange messages. So we'll start first with one that he posted first. If it applies to you, then I'm talking to you. Hashtag it simply. And I'm not sure what the hashtag is really referencing. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Is he talking about some of the comments that he made about not getting paid? Not getting paid immediately, I should say. So he had stated to ES News that fighters needed to be paid immediately after their fight, not 2 weeks, a month later, or even longer. And there has been speculation that perhaps he didn't get paid immediately for the Robert Helenius fight. Well, that has been what people have been saying after his comments. And I know some other people have gone further and said he still hasn't been paid. But we don't know all the ins and outs. But it doesn't seem, at least in regards to the money side of things, that he's happy with fighters, in particular himself, not getting paid immediately. But I would say to that, well, why is Deontay Wilder agreeing to those deals? He is a big enough fighter, a big enough star in the sport of boxing, where he should be telling his management not to negotiate back-end deals. He should be saying to Al Heyman, I don't want this. He should be making his manager, JD's, as well as his other co-manager, Shelley Finkel, negotiating deals where he's getting paid all his money up front. But I guess when a back-end deal is in place, what they're doing is giving you a guarantee saying this is what you'll get, and if you hit certain targets, this is the amount of money that you could stand to make if you beat certain milestones. Maybe they're putting those milestones in place because they're not convinced that Deontay Wilder can hit them, and they don't want to be paying over the odds. So I guess there's a little bit of Deontay Wilder wanting one thing and the business side of PBC wanting another. So obviously that's causing a little bit of friction. But moving on to some other statements. So he says, I hate that the world has more hate in it than love. I love love. I love the way it looks. I love the way it smells. Hell, I even love the way it tastes. Another one, lol, shaking my damn head. Another one, is it arrogant to say I'm watching my general wealth grow and the numbers will still rise even when I sleep? Hashtag investing, hashtag investments, hashtag invest, and then is key, emoji key. Another one, this insomnia disorder got a king wanting some insomnia cookies. Hashtag I ain't lying. And then he concludes, which was the series of tweets, why do people get mad when they see other people's happiness oozing out of their skin? Shh, come here. If you ask me, I think it's called in-a-bedded 6-foot, deep-rooted issues. If me not happy, no one's happy. Eyes the pappy. Some emojis. Hashtag no self-love. It's kind of weird because it sort of does echo different statements Deontay Wilder has made about him being full of love and love for the world and this sort of stuff, but then he's out there sniping his opponents or saying things that are not too complimentary of not only fighters but other people more generally. I mean, just in this past week with these comments that he's made to Eli Sekbak, saying that out of Fury and Usyk, whoever wins will be the person who cheated the most. Deontay Wilder doesn't really have a lot of time and love for others that are doing well. That's my observation because he likes to tear them down in public. But then he'll be always talking about things like, why isn't there more love in the world, etc. I don't know. I can't make heads nor tails of some of his statements sometimes. But is there something right now that has acted as a bit of a trigger, a bit of a stressor that has Deontay Wilder out on social media, starting to be more vocal? Because remembering, Deontay Wilder typically between fights goes quiet. You don't see a lot of him. There's not a lot of uploading to social media. It's when he starts, heading towards a fight where things start ramping up. But in this instance, it's a whole load of randomness, and also some of the comments in the past week. He doesn't seem that happy. He seemingly doesn't like the structure of how people get paid in boxing, especially with that back end money. I mean, it does suggest potentially he's not happy with his situation with PBC, although the way that they're respecting him or paying him, he doesn't seem to like what the situation is. Yet it is a situation he has agreed to in contracts. So make sense. But other comments that he's made in this past week regarding Anthony Joshua, saying that he doesn't believe that Joshua wants to fight. And my issue with all this sort of stuff is, look, both these sides have been talking about that fight for like 5 years. I think everyone should just shut up. Deontay Wilder should stop talking about it. Eddie Hearn should stop talking about it. I mean, I think we're all over it. But this whole sort of, trying to score a point in public, trying to create a narrative the other one doesn't want it. I think the reality is they've A-sided each other into oblivion. And now that it's looking like they're coming to the tail end of their primes, Deontay Wilder and the other side, Joshua's camp, they're like, well, if we don't do something eventually, this fight will slip away and we won't make any money off it because it won't happen. I would just rather that they be quiet and just make it behind the scenes, and if it happens, it happens. I mean, as it is, Joshua, now that he's got a fight coming up, Deontay Wilder started to mention his name, and that's been a tactic in recent years. I mean, where was Deontay Wilder a few months ago saying all this stuff? He was being quiet. So, I mean, it's all trying to create a narrative, trying to one-up the other and trying to score a point in public, play to the respective audiences and their fan bases, etc. I mean, I'm over that fight until they actually make it happen. If they're not on the ring walks and about to get in the ring, I'm kind of over it. But the broader issue about Deontay Wilder, what is going on? What is happening to make him start to make some of these comments, especially the ones where he's talking about getting paid, because that would indicate that all is not right with his relationship with PBC and Al Heyman. And remembering, PBC, there has been talk about that they've been struggling more of late. There's been a lot of narratives around Fox and others sort of dipping out of the sport, and we've seen more pay-per-view cards, and that PBC has had fewer cards. They don't want to put some of their heavyweights on big cards, but also, I mean, are they really wanting to guarantee Deontay Wilder huge purses for a fight like a Robert Helenius and not know that they're going to sell 500,000 pay-per-views? I think everyone knew it wouldn't sell that much. Deontay Wilder needs a good, partner like a Tyson Fury, like an Anthony Joshua, maybe even a Dillian Whyte, to really push those pay-per-view numbers. In terms of Andy Ruiz Jr., do they really want to lock in a huge guarantee? And maybe this is why that fight has gone a little bit quiet. Deontay Wilder has teased that there could be a secret opponent that could be chosen, him and his trainer Malik Scott. So is it a case that he's not happy with what PBC is offering him for this fight for a guarantee? Talking about the numbers. This is one of the better fights he could take. But if they're not sure that it's going to, really bank huge numbers, why would they pay over the odds? I mean, they're a business after all. They're in the Deontay Wilder business as far as it goes to lining their own interests. And if they believe that, hey, this is a 300,000 pay-per-view fight, they'll make guarantees based on whatever they're projecting. No more, no less. What do you make of it all? Deontay Wilder, a lot of statements. What's going on? Drop a comment loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter. Boxing_squared. I'm out.